Alberto Benazzi, Radio Civita, FerraroSport.it. Good evening, mister.
Good evening.
A game played better than usual. In any case, better than the last ones we've seen from the team. Two excellent goals, which incidentally came from set pieces, a tactic that hadn't been used before.
Thank you. Yes, first of all, I'm happy that we've put Sunday's defeat behind us. It was important to turn the page, put this defeat behind us, and get back on track, in short, and continue in the cup. And I'm happy with the boys' performance, also with the results. Then maybe we could have scored a few more goals. Maybe we preferred to control it. And there's an important fact in the sense that, in my opinion, we played a good game, not a great one, but a good game. But many of them found playing time again after a period in short where they had been out. I'm thinking of myself, I'm thinking of Malovojevic, I'm thinking of Kosari, and I'm thinking of Kassala, who had been suspended for 2 games. Thinking of Mambali, it's quite understandable that as the game wore on, his exceptional brilliance might have lessened somewhat. However, considering everything, I'm very pleased with the team's performance. They displayed exceptional resilience and unwavering character playing. Their display was both generous and insightful, featuring several excellent strategic ideas. The fact that we moved on is incredibly significant. It's a major step towards achieving a key objective for the season.
Well, we can say that we felt the return of Paolo Carbonato after all. He's a player who is important for this team.
Yes, his loss was significant, both technically and in terms of his impact on the team's morale and locker room leadership. He's a true leader. Despite our performance on Sunday, we struggled to replace him, particularly in our attacking lines. The absence of him, along with Moreri and Senegalese, was a considerable blow.
The conditions of the others, let's say, injured. Moretti, Senegalese.
But Senegalese are recovering in the sense that even if he came on the bench, he's already doing a bit better. Yet, if he is to enter the game as he entered on Sunday, then honestly, I am expecting that the young man will fully recover. Otherwise, it won't be good at all, whether he's an important player or he's fine or it's not worth risking him, but he's on the right track, on the very right track, and sparing him today was important for me.
Look, out of curiosity, what exactly transpired that led to you receiving that yellow card?
Yeah.
Protests.
Yes, honestly speaking, just between us, the referee was going to give Ricci a yellow card because he'd requested one. And I told the referee, just give me the card, that's much better. The truth is, I told him, book me. Because Manu had asked for a card, that according to the rules, you can't ask for one. He was leaving and I said, book me. And I got another one. So...
Hello, mister. I'm Alessandro Andin from Spallino. Well, I'll tell you the truth. When I saw the lineup tonight, I said, he's going to beat us because, in my opinion, it wasn't a given that you would put so many players considered starters in a match that the opposing coach had already anticipated, and, well, he wasn't that interested in them. I would like to understand the logic behind this choice, also because it's a moment of a contracture, a small problem, and then losing another important player.
No, for me it was important to put the best possible lineup today to advance to the next round. Now, the opposition may say what they please, but in the end he started with a 10-1 lineup of his regular players. So in my opinion, he wanted to play it. Then, when it was 2-0, he also made the right changes, which he thought was the right thing to do, but he also came with a very good lineup. And at the same time, let's look at our own team. For me, it was important to increase the playing time, give me 70 minutes. Kosari 90 minutes, the same with Milos was important because you only find your fitness by playing. And so in my opinion, personally, it was right. Then in the management, we also gave Leo Maza a rest. And well, we made 5 substitutions today too. It's Wednesday, it's true that we play on Saturday, but we have plenty of time to recover our energy. It was important, in my opinion, to get through this round of the Cup. Also because the next one, I think, is on December 21, so we have a bit to focus on the championship. And then, with serenity, think about that round of the Cup, which I believe will come after the league break. That is to say, the championship ends a bit earlier. And then this was important, a step at a time, and... above all, give a good, I wanted a good reaction from the boys, and there was one.
You said earlier that you went into control a bit. I mean, I had the feeling, but tell me if I'm wrong, that the players went into control a bit, but you from the bench tried to keep them a bit more on tenter hooks.
Yes, and that can also come into play. It's the truth. It's the truth. I honestly wanted to close the game 3-0, especially with the entrance of Mads and Barazeta, where some openings were opening up on that side, and I wanted to make it 3-0, and the boys managed possession of the ball to also regain some energy, perhaps a little selfishly, but that's acceptable, particularly as we had previously studied Zola's Pedrosa. In short, he didn't put a lot of pressure on the opponent's half. He was in a dominant possession phase with a slightly cautious attitude, so we knew that once we were 2-0 up, they wouldn't come to press us anymore, and we could manage things better to get them out and then maybe hit them. There you have it. I explained possession.
Yes, that's my last one. And in the second half, that was quite dull, to be honest. The only player who really put in a shift to score, in my opinion, was Gaetani. I have the distinct feeling that he's struggling considerably with the inability to find the net consistent.
All strikers suffer when they fail to score, of course. But I sense Gaetani's suffering is particularly intense. If my memory serves me correctly, Q made a joke aimed at Lautaro Martinez last week, suggesting smile a bit more, why don't you? However, forwards get pissed off when they don't score, especially after those two games, Solarolo and Mezzolara. I can assure you that these guys were disappointed not to have won, not to have taken advantage of those goal opportunities. So the guys still need to be supported. Gaetani is one of those guys who has scored a lot of goals in his career and therefore wants to contribute in terms of goal scoring.
Good evening, Coach Ricardo Fari. I just wanted to close by going back a bit to the individuals, mainly those who are absent. I wanted to know from you a bit about the conditions of Di Moretti and Di Berto, who are two important players, and also your opinion on Leo Mazza, who we saw when he came off, he collapsed a bit on the ground. It looked like he had heard something. I wanted to know for a moment how he was doing. Thank you.
Well, I'll answer from the last question. Leo Mazza was experiencing an overload. You see, so he already spoken to me in the locker room telling me, Coach, I probably have no more than 10 minutes left to avoid an injury, but it's just fatigue and a muscle spasm, so we decided to rest him. Regarding Bartolo and Moretti, I think unfortunately another 2 weeks will be necessary while the injuries aren't severe. A full 2 weeks is needed from a physiological perspective in terms of the healing process. Therefore, we need to remain patient. These are two important players, of course, but I'm also incredibly pleased to have Milos back, Zari back, Mambeli back, and Casella back as well. We're moving forward, awaiting the return of our entire squad, because once we're fully reunited, I believe we can truly compete in Kamamaj Davao consistently, game by game, without repeating the events of Sunday, which, unfortunately, we need to leave behind us. We sincerely apologize for what happened and are committed to moving forward with considerable energy. It was crucial today to see the team fully commit and achieve this well-deserved victory.
In short, a useful training session. 2 goals in the first half time. The match was quite easy, and I don't think it's a training session because
the Coppa Italia is needed to go to Serie D, so it's an important match. That was a truly impressive game from us, given that we just come off a loss on Saturday. We clearly demonstrated our strength as a team, a cohesive group, and we fought to the very last second.
Well, anyway, the Coppa Italia remains a goal for Spal. That seems pretty clear to me.
Yes, because rightly, it's since you're Serie D anyway, so you have 2 paths. Despite all that, the club wants us to be competitive on both fronts, so we're going to try to advance in both the cup and the league.
2 goals practically from set pieces.
Yes, it had been a long time coming. We really wanted to score from a set piece. We managed it. We are delighted for Mattia and also for Paolo. Let's keep going like this. I think we're doing a great job.
Good evening, Adriano. Ricardo Fatini from dell'anno.com. It's been a while since you started here, especially in front of your fans. What were your feelings? How did you experience the match? Well, tell us a bit.
I think the important thing is to always be ready when the coach puts you on the pitch, so the important thing is to always train well. I am pleased to return to play here at the Palomar Stadium before our fans, and I am sure that a lot of them will follow us on Saturday after seeing today's performance.
Now, Mattia The Coppa Italia brings you luck. The second-headed goal brings you luck, by the way. After one against Missoula, and also the second time under the Curva Ovest.
Yes, let's hope we get one in the league too, but come on, I'm happy. It was important to win, to get back to winning ways, and so that's good. I'm also happy about the goal, obviously.
2 goals came from set pieces, one direct and one indirect. A fairly convincing performance, especially in the first half.
Yes, we had to put in a convincing performance for ourselves first and foremost, and bring home the result because it was important to advance. And I repeat, the important thing was to win, and because winning helps you win, as we've had a series of winning games. We have to get back to doing them. And now, on Saturday, we have an important match ahead of us, and therefore this match will help us get there in the best possible shape.
Now, however, the championship becomes important, especially next Saturday against Sant'Agostino, who we have already faced in the Coppa Italia, but it will be a different match.
Yes. As I was saying, it will be a fundamental match, and we absolutely must find the 3 points because we are still up there. And unfortunately, there have been 2 draws, a defeat, and that is not good. It is not good. We know it first and foremost, and so we must return to winning ways. Saturday will be a difficult match, but I'm sure we will go into it with the right mindset.
Hi, Mattia. I am Alessandro Landini from Spallino. Can you tell me more about your positioning on the pitch tonight? Because you seem to me not so much as a mezzala, but more like a central midfielder, let's say.
No, mezzala, but following the coach's instructions, I would often get the playmaker, so I would mess around a lot, and the other 2 midfielders would become 2, but mezzala, should get.
Okay, because at times I seemed a bit more advanced. I also ask you if your days as a tactical center forward are over now that Moretti's here, or if you will remain available to play this role that the coach has made you do.
Well then, of course, I'm always available to do whatever the coach asks of me. And if for any reason we need someone to play as a striker, that's no problem at all. I'll happily take on that role using my strengths. Ultimately, if it helps the team, then I'm more than happy to do it.
What did you think when they gave Dalla the goal tonight?
I told him. I did it like that. I don't know if it showed. No, whatever. It doesn't matter. The important thing was to put the ball in the net for Della. Okay.